Oh Lord. Tide ho. Oh Lord. Ho tide. Lord. Oh my.
Tide.
Wait a minute. Oh Lord.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What is going on? How you guys doing?
You know, I'm doing fabulous if you didn't know.
Especially after this freeze storm that we just had. Oh
Oh
my goodness.
yeah,
We
and
hope
if
everybody's okay.
you guys, this might be coming out on my birthday. So happy birthday to me in March.
Hmm.
But yeah, because I edit slow. Let's just be honest. And so
Girl, come on now. Don't say that.
it's
You're
okay.
doing a great
We
job.
no,
Stop it.
it's okay. But that it's definitely going to come out on either on my birthday or after the week after my birthday. So just
Okay.
want you, just forewarning. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
I I know. I'm so excited. Thank you. You know, she
We are
just
excited. We're both excited. How about that?
we really truly are. We really truly actually are. Yeah, it's gonna come out after my birthday. But anyways, girl, yeah. So yeah, that storm hit us hard,
It did.
and we were. You could truly tell that Texas in general was not prepared.
We weren't. We really
I think we
weren't.
were prepared that it was going to hit, but we weren't prepared the fact that our lights were going to get cut off.
Absolutely. Because
Nobody was prepared for that.
we had a hurricane and then we still had lights. So, I thought it was gonna be like the same little thing or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely. It was like, oh,
And
okay. Well, the hurricane hit, but we'll be fine, girl, because the lights was on during. The lights were on during, you guys.
yeah, like I knew it was gonna get cold, but I didn't know it was gonna get that cold. I thought it was just gonna be like freezing temperature, and then they say it was gonna be like snowing and stuff like that a little bit, but not too much. So I didn't know it was gonna be that bad because I don't really watch the news too much, you guys. It's really just depressing, especially with the situation with the election. The person that we got out the office, don't want to say his name, not going to say his name, or the people that is in the cult with him. So that's really you know, shied me away from watching the news and especially let alone the weather. So, but I
Oh,
was hearing about
absolutely.
it and it was like I was already getting myself prepared. And I work overnight, you guys, so I had to be prepared because I was going to be working at night when it was going to hit. So me and my supervisor were talking about it, and he was saying what was going to go on with safety measures we were going to take to for me to be here and get back and forth from work and stuff like that. So that's I didn't know too much about it, but I knew a little bit of hearsay versus watching the news. So yeah, definitely wasn't prepared. Well, the state of Texas wasn't prepared. How about that?
At all. We were not prepared. We were not ready.
Hmm.
We could not handle it either. It just was, girl.
Yeah, we never seen nothing like this. This is stuff that happens up north, or whatever it
Yeah.
can be.
And they're
And
always prepared for that.
yeah, I never knew. And trust me, I think what we got was just a pinch of it versus what they
Yeah.
get. I'm quite sure
It
what they
wasn't
be saying,
snowing,
like, girl,
snowing.
y'all,
It wasn't
they probably,
snowing, snowing like it'd be doing in like Chicago or somewhere. We didn't get any of that. Well, we got
you know,
snow, but it was just like, girl, you had to, it was just a pinch, just, a pinch of
okay.
snow.
And I know they had people online that was making fun of us, the people from up north, the Northerns, and they was making fun of us, talking about, oh, y'all not used to that. Girl, no, girl,
Why would we be
we
used to
can't
this?
deal.
We
We
don't do
cannot
this.
deal.
We are not tropical.
Okay. It was like really, really crazy. I just can't believe that happened. And it's just sad that to see us in 2021 that, we weren't prepared for that. Our state wasn't prepared for that. And that's just really just strange for Texas just in general. Because everything is big. I'm not from Texas, by the way. Um, just my girl. And you would think that we would have been on top of it, like Texas would have been on top of it, but clearly we weren't. And some people did pass away due to the storm, and that's just sad to hear. It's just ridiculous. We are losing people due to COVID, and let alone losing them towards a storm that a state should have been prepared for this not to happen. It's just sad to see, and sad to report as well.
Yeah. And that's the problem. It's just like we were trying to be prepared, but then it's like we all assumed, okay, if the storm hit and our lights were okay, we should be fine. We should be able to process and live and breathe and be good. But it's just
Yeah,
like after, just like that, gone.
we're freezing. We're
Yeah.
freezing basically half to death. Lights was rotated back
We
and
were stuck
forth.
with our families. Just
Hmm.
horrible.
Yes. And the funny thing is I work in like a upscale neighborhood or whatever case may, these lofts, these, well, not lofts, condos, these $1 million condos. And it was just like really crazy to, I guess, they're rich, so I guess of course they're not used to not having power, and they were calling us and asking us, oh, what to do. Like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, we don't work for the electric company. Like, we can call
Right.
them, but that's it. They're like, oh no, y'all need to do what you want us to do, ma'am.
I can
We
understand.
can't do nothing. We're sitting ducks. We're all in this together. So
We're all
hold
stuck,
on. Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. And I know they was upset about the hotel that's like next door to us. They still have power because they were switched on to another
Oh, a backup generator.
yeah, not a backup generator. They on another because Texas got like two strains of energy, something like that. I don't know. You guys quote me if I'm wrong, but it's something like that. So once whatever they're on right here on the street that we're on, it'll switch over to another one, and then they'll
Ah,
still have
gotcha.
power. But they pay extra money. They paid almost $250,000 to be able to have that kind of ability to do that with
Oh
the
yeah.
electric company. So they had lights, but what they did is,
I
what they
think I
sent us
saw
out.
that they were like overcharging too.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, the energy company has overcharged them, but what they did
No, no,
was,
no. I'm talking about the hotels. They were overcharging.
well, I'm quite sure they were. I'm really quite sure they were. For this hotel, what this hotel did, because you know how you can see lights, they closed all their windows, their curtains. They closed them because they didn't want people to know that they had lights. They didn't want nobody running up in there. So they just
Gotcha.
like shut the windows, shut the curtains.
Hmm.
It was not showing nothing. They like, nah. So yeah, it was a lot of that going around. Then we didn't have water. This was really crazy.
Hmm.
Lines backed up for fast food joints. It was like, oh god. And I stood in one of those lines, by the way. And I think it was, you reach a certain age, especially our age, junk food is not really pleasing for a long period of time.
You
It's
get
like,
over it. Kind of
yeah,
over it.
our days, we need to have one good solid good meal just for the day. Now we can probably eat junk food, but we got to have one good solid good meal during the day for our body to
Yeah.
feel normal. We're not that young where you can just eat junk and you good. No.
Oh yeah. Especially like for me, it like irritates my stomach after a while, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, I need something.
Yes. So it was definitely like that. But we're better now. We're back on point. And we're just ready to start off. This year been really crazy, and we're making it. We're all
Yeah.
but we're pushing, we're making it, and that's all we can do.
And we're
So we
trying.
didn't want to get that. We didn't want that to get that dark. Lord, this was supposed to be a light episode, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't too dark. Yeah, we were okay. But yeah, it was a lot. That was a lot for all of us in Texas, and I'm so glad that it's over.
Hmm.
Oof. But yeah, I'm a Lord,
And I'm Tad Ho.
and this is the TO show, you guys.
Yes. So welcome back.
Yeah.
We've been consistent. I'm really proud of us. I gotta give it to us. We've been doing good.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I want you to take your hand, put it towards your back.
I'm already knocking on wood. I already
No, no,
hit the
no,
wood.
no, 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 no. I was saying, take your hand and put it towards your back and pat your back.
Oh, girl. I want to do that too, but I
That
want to knock
too.
on wood.
That too. Let me. Okay, I did it too.
Okay, so we pat ourselves on the back and we knocked on wood. So we did a double. We
We're trying to make sure because we're very consistent now, but you know how that goes sometimes. Life, you
yeah,
know.
like it was crazy because we had no choice to because we couldn't film last week. That's when the storm actually happened. We wasn't able to
Yeah, so we had to
record.
we had to come back after. So like I
Hmm.
know we already had content set up, but it's like we're like trying to be real consistent. And
Hmm.
so we had to take time off to get to do filming. So yeah, I
Yeah,
posted something was posted last week, last time when it hit, but we weren't able to do anything
yeah.
during. Yeah. So but that's neither here nor there. You ready to hear about what's today's episode? Are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Already,
prepared? Are you
I
ready?
already got my
Exactly.
list. I don't know why
Yeah.
I got a big list, but okay.
I got
What
mine
you?
too.
Okay. So,
Huh?
are you gonna tell them? Well, I'm tell them.
Yeah, I will. Okay, fine. Just since you're gonna twist my arm. We're just gonna kind of give a quick little chat about shows that we're watching.
Yes, 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 yes.
And we want to kind of make this a series. So today is going to be shows. Next time we do it, it'll be movies. And then the
Mm-hmm.
time after will definitely be music that we're kind of getting into. And I guess maybe we can add a fourth one, which is video games, if you want to do that.
Yeah, well, we're already doing that one, so that's that's been a
Yeah,
series on its own way from the beginning.
yeah, true.
Oh,
We
girl,
kind of
I'm
sort of did a little bit of something like this the beginning of like last year to this year, the beginning of this year, I think, where we kind of
hmm
talked about what we're excited for in the coming year, what movies that we're going to be excited for, games, shows, all that. But this one's officially going to be what we're watching now. It's kind of going to be one of
hmm
those I don't know if you've ever watched this, but it's like a series they have that they do right now is called What's in Your Bag. And so you kind of pour your stuff, the contents out of your purse or what have you, and you show them what you have right now. So this is kind of What's in Your Bag
hmm
series. Kind of that kind of setup. That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to flip it, do our own thing, be our own girls, as we would like to do, as we like to be. Wait,
We
is my camera on?
no.
Girl, it was. It's been
Was
on
it?
this entire time. Yes. I have a
Oh,
thing over my screen, a webcam cover, so that's why you couldn't see nothing.
oh, okay. Well, why can't? Oh, and why am I? Well, I got mine on the off. Yeah, I need to put
Yeah,
something
yours
over
is off. You're good.
there. Hmm.
Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and talk. Um, Age Before Beauty. So you go first.
Okay. Well,
Did you hear me?
the
Did you hear
first
me?
show
Wait, did you hear me?
you said A before B.
Age Before Beauty. So you go
Oh,
first.
bitch, bye, please. Last time I checked, my birthday is after this, girls.
Okay.
Just
Age Before Beauty, you go first.
girl. Okay. Well, the first show that I was really excited to see. I actually didn't even knew it was coming out till way later. I mean, before it was ever
Mm-hmm.
announced. It's one of my favorite singers. His name is Ollie Alexandra and Alexandra.
Mm-hmm.
Him. Uh,
I
look, girl,
got you.
look, move
They
on.
know who you're
Just
talking about.
move on.
They
It's
know
like
who
if
you're
you're in the
talking
class and you say,
about.
you know what I mean, just move it along. Come on now. So, and he's from the
Right.
band Years
You
and
got it.
Years. It's a British band, and he's from Britain as well. And of course he's from Britain. I'm just so excited, you guys. I'm sorry I'm stumbling, but I'm really excited about this show. So I was following him on Twitter and I seen the little trailer for it. It was like a little small little teaser, a little couple, seconds. And I was like, oh my goodness, wait a minute. Is he acting? Because I thought it was new music. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. is new music or this is a show? And I was like, okay. So I was very excited to get into it because I enjoy him as an artist. He's a Cancer like me, so you already know us Cancerians got to stick together. So I was already excited,
Okay.
and I'm glad that I watched it because I really enjoyed it. And can I just say, he's an amazing actor. I was really ecstatic. I was like, because I think sometimes when we see, you know, people
Fingers
who,
convert to acting, it can
yeah,
kind of get a little hokey.
like her, am I? Because I really
Are
want
you
to.
sure this was the place you wanted to go? It's one of those. Like, you're like, I don't know if this is where you
Mhm.
wanted to go.
And trust and believe, he went the right way. You can tell that he really, got into the character that he was playing. Just got into the story. It was like very. It just felt like everybody was so connected, and I was really amazed by his performance. I was like, you know what, he deserved to be up in here. Some people are like, oh, he just got the part because he's famous, he's in the band and stuff like that. He got this part because he needed to be in this part. It was
Hmm.
an amazing performance. And I was really happy to see it. So I was really going to watch it on YouTube because they had, how some people, they be on the YouTube and they'll put something out there so you can watch real quick before they,
Oh yeah, the
turn it
first
off.
episode. They put the first episode on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
it can be
gotcha.
that, or it could have been that they was gonna, someone snuck and put it on there. Usually they'll take it off after a
That too.
while. So I
Both.
was trying to catch it, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it. And you was like, oh girl, it's gonna be on HBO Max. I said, oh girl, okay, bye. I was like, I can wait, and I'm glad I did because if I would have watched that first episode and I would have been waiting for more, I would have been really upset with myself. So, and I
Yeah.
would have wound up buying the series. Like I would have
And then I would
bought.
have told you after you bought it already. Oh, it's on HBO Max for free.
Oh, I was gonna buy it anyway. If I had to wait, like let's say, for instance, I saw it because remind you, it didn't came out till a month later when we already was talking about it. I would already
Yeah.
purchase all those episodes. I know me, so thank God I didn't watch. That's why I didn't watch once I found that was coming on HBO Max because I was gonna watch it. But you told me, and I was like, okay, let me go and save my money, so I'm not gonna even start on it. So when I start on it, it was great. It's the show is basically about the perspective of what the British people had to go through during the HIV/AIDS crisis. And,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, we always, I mean, hell, we live through most of the time of HIV, even though, of course, we was in the
We
80s,
did.
but
Yeah.
yeah, we was in the 80s, but we were in the 90s. And this show started off in the 80s, by the way. And it's showing them, and this kind of reminds me of Pose, or whatever the case may be. Don't you think?
A little bit. Yeah. It's not as black, so it's in that vein, but it's also not Pose, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's real. I watched the whole series, by the way. The
Yeah,
whole
he
show.
did.
This is a mini series, by the way. So this is like the only season they're gonna have. So oh Lord, only watch one episode. So I really want to get your ideas and your feelings about the show. Actually, I really do. Because I don't want I want to say too much, you guys, because he
You
hasn't
want?
saw
We
it,
want y'all
and
to
I don't
see it
want to take
too.
it away from you guys too.
Yeah. I think it's both those things. So yeah. For me, I enjoyed it so far. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a nice way to, it was kind of in the same vein of like what you were saying when you talked about Pose, where it's like it's great and it's fun, but it's sad at the same, like it doesn't shy away from being sad and heartbreaking, but it also
Mhm.
doesn't show this community at that time as just sad, downtrodden, heartbroken, horrible, destitute. This it's like all about that, but it's about the fun that people had during that time and
Absolutely.
how we had to create tiny pockets of communities and corners of our lives that was about, it's just us. We had to create things for ourselves to be able
Yeah.
to feel not seen, but to be able to feel good, to be able to
Yeah.
have those things. We needed those
Yeah, we
things.
had to have a family. Like, I remember, I haven't grew up in the gay community. As a young person, so I didn't really knew too much when people were saying like, "Oh, this is my mom" or "This is my dad" and stuff like that. Even though, of course, they wasn't biologically related to them. I didn't know nothing about that. Or whatever case maybe. I didn't know the history. I was like, well, why are you calling this person? Because I dated a guy and, he had, a person that he was calling his son. Now I'm thinking this is his biological son because he was a little bit older. He was in his 40s. So I was like, okay, like he old enough to be my daddy. So I was just thinking he had a kid. Like, he had a person that was like close around my age. So when he kept on saying son, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, okay, who the hell? So I overheard the conversation. So I was like, okay, it was in the middle, beginning of dating. And then once we really got into dating, I was like, okay, when you was going to tell me that you had a child? And like, what you talking about? I'm like, you say you keep on calling this person a son or whatever case may be. You're like, oh, this is my gay son. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, I didn't really get that concept. I was like, well, I don't think I want to call someone my mom when they're not my mom. But, like I said, me learning about that and me having a mom they probably had to reason why they, seeked out to having a mother or, someone becoming their mother. I never had that experience. So it was very eye opening to me when I watch, Pose and I watch, this show to make me understand, okay, this is what's going on. This and still is going on to today because kids are still being kicked out because of their sexual preference, the sexual orientation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
So,
lot of that. All those things, basically.
mhm.
Unfortunately. So yeah. And it's just interesting to explore that world. Because I'm similar in that I was not around a lot of gay people growing up. I've had people that was around me that were here and there at
Mhm.
schools, but it wasn't like a thing, if that makes sense. It wasn't like I knew a lot of gay people situation. So it
It
was
was
one
one
of
of those
those,
things you
like,
don't
yeah,
talk about.
yeah, exactly.
It was one of those things you don't
It
talk
was.
about. And if you synced another
So
gay
it's good to,
kid, you didn't really
get
want to
to
be around
see
a
that
gay kid.
community and be a part of that.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
But we are now. We some late boomers, I guess.
Right.
But we there now, honey. So I think 25, 24 was when I was introduced to the world and stuff like that. When I started living for me, what was your age?
Around that time too. That was when I
Yeah,
first got really like open and honest.
yeah.
Because
You
before
got to
that, I
reach that
couldn't.
point of yeah,
And
listen,
yes, you got to be happy with you.
hmm
And that's what it is. It just was one of those. So I'm good
So
now,
what
and
else you
it's
felt
yeah,
about
and I
it?
enjoyed it. Wig, but that's it, I guess. Is there anything you want to add to years to
Oh, I'm
It's a
trying to make
Sin?
sure if there's anything else you want to add, honey, because I am, like I said, I'm really excited about this show. I really want you guys to see it. Like I say,
I
Ollie
know.
really carried this show. They all carried the show. Everybody was placed
Yeah,
right.
y'all got to get
Everything
into
was
it.
good, and I enjoyed it. So that's one of my top show of this for this year, whatever case may be so far.
Uh huh.
So that is a sin, and it's a sin. It's
Hmm.
like I say, it's a British show. Again, it stars my boy Ollie, and like I say, he is in the band Years and Years, and he actually have a song out by the show as well, and it is amazing. I enjoyed him in this show. I have definitely strong respect for him as being an actor. I've watched a couple interviews that he did, and he's an amazing guy. And I love his voice. I love his music. I love that his music is not genderfied. Like he doesn't say he, she, they. It's just like I said.
Just
It's just
music.
yeah, just music. And I think I love that. And I think he made a strong notion of doing that. So, yeah, that's pretty much so. My top show. I don't know who else is going to top it. I really want to just do a little small back part on it. Step back just for a second. Not pick it back. Step back for a second.
Yeah.
Now when I'm saying that it is a little bit like Pose, we're just saying the situation with the AIDS crisis and stuff like
Oh
that.
no, I think they
Pose
got that.
Oh, I would just want to make sure because I don't want no disrespect because we do stand Pose because we know Pose is definitely about the bar room. We
Us,
stand the bar
yes.
room, and yes, it. We just want to say we just talking about the AIDS crisis and how well Pose document that and put that down, and how this show did the same thing as well.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. So now I'm saying they're not both good. I mean, like as a point of equal, but we're just saying that it's a difference between them. I think they're on the level of equal for me because I enjoyed them both. So just saying, it's a difference.
Um, I think they have different things that make them interesting. I think what's
Mm-hmm.
great about It's a Sin is that it explored the community in general. It explored the community
Mm-hmm.
in general in the UK.
Yeah.
Pose, I feel like what makes Pose for me better is that we don't really get a lot of stories about the 80s, the AIDS crisis from the black community's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We normally get it from white people and then maybe a black person is sprinkled here and there. But we never get the fact that, we dealt with racism back then too. Like it's like
Yeah.
not only did we deal with ostracization of being black and gay, of being gay, but we dealt with being black and being kicked out of bars and stuff like that. And then like our trans sisters are represented. Whereas for me, It's a Sin doesn't have that. So that's
Yeah.
not to take a point away from it. That's just to say that they're different because one is probably better because of the fact that we don't get a lot of narratives that focus primarily on us in the
Yeah.
80s
I,
and the
I,
90s and stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's it. That's
Well,
all.
I'm saying for me for the entertainment wise, I feel like they're
Hmm.
both equal. I would say Pose is more meaningful as a point of course, it's in our community and stuff like that, and it's about us. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for as the entertainment of the
Level.
shows, I
Okay.
feel like they are both equal on that point because I was both entertained. I know which one is more meaningful, uh, you know, to me or whatever
Hmm.
case may be. But I definitely enjoyed both of them on the equal playing field of they was entertaining for me. So that's where I'm at with that. So don't think it's not unknown that this is for us by us. Hello,
Okay, girl.
I'm just saying.
Order
Okay,
that wig
so we did
buy
that.
that wig.
Okay, girl, we so far in. All right, let's get to your show.
Okay, so since we're going on the queer perspective, I want to skip
Mhm.
on over to Chadwick Journals.
Lord, I knew it.
I already finished most of that, so I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was actually a
Mhm.
pretty good show. I love the narrative. I know it's about DL men, but I love the fact that the narrative isn't. I don't know how do I word it. It's a word I want to use. The narrative isn't so heavy handed with that in situating them as bad or good. It's just the truth, if that makes sense.
I think they need. I guess they need a story.
They have a
I guess
story.
they need a story. I'm just saying. I guess they need a story.
Okay, girl. All right, girl. Anyways, but yeah, it's one of those. So it's like interesting. It's fun. I liked what I got from it, and I felt like I
Hmm.
enjoyed myself. It was just a good series, a good setup. I will say this. Um, and I thought this as I was watching it. What else was I watching? And Guilt. As I was watching Guilt, which is something we watched with Tyson Plus, if you remember.
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? This kind of makes me miss Signal just a little bit because by now we would have saw some things. you
Okay,
know,
a signal would have showed us everything. We probably would have seen their guts by now. Let's see. Signal be doing
essentially,
things. Okay.
we would have been like, oh, so that's what they be doing, and we've been
Hmm.
like, yeah, let's just go ahead.
Wig. Well, I actually watched
Well,
a couple episodes of it. Well, actually two. So, and I don't know. I think I watched some episodes from the first season, and I
we did
had
watch
the
some episodes
same.
from the first season a while back.
Yeah, I just had the same. The same thing about the show actually is pretty good. I want to let you guys know. I think my point is more of just a little bit of what it's a little bit
Hmm.
representing, like, with DL men and stuff like that, because that's kind of like a thing that is
Yeah.
really a big thing in the gay community, and it's like they're praised for being DL or whatever case may be. And I think, it's a thing. And it's like, I don't
That's
see a
true.
lot of us, feminine guys who are praised for being themselves, being authentic and stuff like that, and being a love interest, whatever case may be. And I think I really try to watch things that have us as, we
Yeah.
I mean, a femme guy can be a top and be interesting and being wanted and being desired. And I think we don't have a lot of things like that. We just have the straight masculine DL guy, and it's been a whole thing, and it's still a thing. And it's like, there aren't the only people in the gay community. They don't take up the full majority of the community. And I think that's, my issue with it or whatever.
No,
And
I
not
can
saying it's
agree
not a
with
good
you there.
show. It's a good show. It's just I be hating that narrative. And it's like, even with, I've been, on Audible listening to books and stuff, it's always that D, and I don't listen to it. I listen to the ones that they're out. Like, we're out, we're in
We're
the
together.
open, we're doing things are happening and stuff like that. And definitely, like I said, it's the time frame. If it's something that's like from an older person perspective and stuff like that, or what they had to go through, it was a DL thing, and that's the thing. That's, what we saw, in polls and different stuff like that. That is a thing or
It
whatever. So
is.
I can get them. So I'm just saying, the new stories that are coming out now, I'm tired of just the DL guy, the mask guy. I want to, I want something different. I want to see something that I can relate to.
I can agree with
That's just
that.
it. Because we have a lot of feminine guys, and they're out there, and it's like we want something that we can relate to, or whatever case may be. So,
No,
you
I can
know,
agree with that. But it's still good. But I do for sure agree with you in that, yeah, we do put a lot of representation in that role. And I don't know if that's because of the fact that we have an obsession with that kind of group or what have you. I don't know what it is, but we do a lot of that. But I will say, of the DL narratives that I've seen so far, it's one of the interesting and entertaining ones because it's not in a way of like, oh, this is not. It's not that. It's just a lot their lives, if that makes sense.
yeah, I guess I still,
Okay.
like I said, I still think it's a great show. I just
Yeah, I
want a
got
little
you.
more. I think, just an even playing field on the situation. I don't like that again. Feminine guys is not looked at as beautiful, or as a man. It's on that point of, oh girl, that girl. It's that when, like, we
Yeah.
do that or whatever, call each other girls and stuff like that. And I even call the masculine guys girls. Don't get it twisted. I call everybody girl.
Yeah.
But it's really in the point they're really like, girl, you're a girl, whatever case may be. It's that. Don't like that too much. So, is there anything else you want to add about that? Because, girl, we are really into it.
We are. I told you we need to make this a series because of this. But let's
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and yeah, I think I'm done. I'm good. I think that's enough. Anything you want to add?
Mm-mm. I think I'm good.
Okay. What's your show that you got?
Okay, I call this. This is my second one. The first one is, like I said, I was dying to see this one.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I saw it, enjoyed it. I knew it was going to be good, you know,
It
and it
was
was
a
good.
lot of fun.
It was fun. It really was. The second one is one I just, you have that show that, you just got to go back to. You got to rewatch it over and over, like have a full marathon. You know what? I was gonna put Charm on the list because Charm is
Oh
one of
yeah,
my
Charms.
girls.
We loved
Charm
her.
is a baddie.
Charms was that girl. We all loved some Charms.
Okay, it was everything, honey. She was that girl. Dragon Ball Z. That yes, that
Mm-hmm.
is my girl. That is my go-to girl. I grew up on it. My brother actually the one that got me into it, and I was hooked ever since. And we used to play Dragon Ball Z. Everything was around Dragon Ball Z, and it's just my childhood. my sister, she was into it as well. My younger sister, I got her into it. We were like really heavy on it. I, purchased a lot of games for Dragon Ball Z growing up.
Ooh,
Still
that
to
was
this
you
day,
could not
I still have
escape a
them.
good Dragon Ball Z game. You couldn't
You
escape Dragon Ball Z
can.
the games. You really
It's
couldn't.
actually one of the top of the gamers. They did a review, and it was top pick of the best fighting game that's out right now, Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
I
So,
could believe that. I feel
hmm
like it has to be that Mortal Kombat.
hmm
What's the other one? What's the other one? It's not Street Fighter because they
oh
people
yeah, they
people
never
hate
really
Street
came with
Fighter.
that one.
It's not Marvel versus Capcom.
What is it?
Tekken.
Tekken,
Tekken.
that
Yeah,
one.
Tekken would be on the list.
Tekken was on there, but it was not. I don't think that was that high up. But it was another game. I don't know. It was like kind of. As far as I know, it looked anime to me, and it was
It's
on the
probably
list.
Blaze Blue. Probably Blaze Blue.
It could have been. You guys can correct us in the comments if you
Yeah.
guys
No, I
know.
believe it's Blaze Blue because I remember I had bought one on the PlayStation 3 because it was inexpensive.
Mm,
And I was like, oh, okay, this is a fighting game. Let me get into it. I remember
hmm
playing it for like one day or 30 minutes. I played 30 minutes of it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to return this. I can't do this.
Oh, girl, weird. No, you did not.
I did. I don't know why I didn't like it. I was just like, girl, this isn't for me. Now, I will say that I hate that I can't play Skullgirls on the PlayStation 4. That's one that I think you would probably be into. It's fun. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. So I might get more. I might try to get that on the PlayStation 4 and, buy it for you. I'll buy it for you. Catch where I'm going. Buy it for
Okay.
you.
Oh, wink. Oh Lord. But oh girl, off the show. You see how we be flipping and switching. Yeah, but Dragon Ball Z is like I say, it's everything. Like I said, I love the characters and all that. My favorite character is Piccolo because like I explained to Lord and I think like a couple of weeks ago is that he's the laid back one. He knows his strength. He knows how far he can go, and he's really the thinker behind the situation. He's the
That's the one that
brain.
everybody says is black, right?
Yeah, Piccolo is black. Piccolo is black. He may be green, but like I say, he ain't white. How about he? We feel like he black because he is relaxed. He knows his strength, and he's real chill. And he was definitely one of my favorite characters, and I enjoyed him. Him and Trunks. And I think one thing I love about Trunks is that he risked everything to. And I'm not saying the other fighters didn't, but I think the point is Trunks really is an emotional person. I feel personally he's an emotional person.
Hmm.
He reacts off emotion. Like he will know things that need to go into play, but at the moment the way he operates is on emotion, and he shouldn't be all the time. But whatever
I mean,
scene
we
he's
all do.
in,
We've all
yeah,
done
like
that
whatever
days.
his scene is in, you can tell that he's listening and he's thinking. And like I say, feeling. Like he's feeling the moment, what's going on, and what he should do and what he shouldn't do, or whatever the case may be. And I think that's one thing I relate to him the most with is that that's how he is. It's like, oh, okay, I need to do something. Even though he came from the future and he know things don't need to be going down where it need to be going down. But in the moment he's feeling like, okay, well maybe I should let this play out, or like it's in that moment of how he's operating and stuff like that. So that's why Trunks is one of my favorites as well. So I really connect. Bitch, I'm a Cancer, so I'm emotional, and also I'm Piccolo because I be thinking too. Okay.
Girl, anyways. A wig.
Oh well, it is. So it's a great series. I hope you guys check it out. It's a fave. It's a fave. And it's so many things that goes into it. Like if you met a Dragon Ball Z person, if you met two of them talking to each other, they're gonna be talking for days because it's so much stuff that happened in this series. It's crazy, and
It is.
it's a moment. It's a moment. I just love that show. That's one of my top tier favorites. It will always be in rotation throughout the year, or whatever case may be for me. I will watch it nonstop, just marathon it, just full way through. And it's like I will be like 100 episodes in and still going. I'm like I'm not tired of it. I'm like I have to keep it going because it's really really great. And it's like those, it's just a show that just brings you back to your childhood. It's just like It's that warm, fuzzy feeling that you like. I'm just living my life, girl. I'm just doing this or whatever case.
Right.
It's a good escape. So what about you for the show?
Well, I didn't really grow up fully on Dragon Ball Z, so I don't have as much of an attachment to it. But I do know that it was one of those shows you couldn't escape Dragon Ball Z. No matter what you did, you could not escape that series. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a good series. I will say that I watched Dragon Ball. I think that's the one I watched. I watched Dragon Ball, I think, and I really
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. I love Dragon Ball. It was fun. So I can see
I
why people
haven't
are like,
finished that
"Girl,
one.
this is everything."
I haven't finished that one yet. I gotta finish that. I think I was on this. I finished the second season
Hmm.
because remind you guys, I came in Dragon Ball Z, so I didn't came into Dragon Ball. My brother was watching Dragon Ball, but I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I wasn't watching. I was trying to watch. I was like, oh, I don't want to watch that. I want to see Frieza because that was me. I was Frieza. That was the first character. I was like, this is me. So, but you say you watched Dragon Ball?
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. So it was like I know that Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, all of that is quality. So it's not a hater kind of situation. It's
Yeah.
quality. But I just didn't grow up with that same type of level of love for it, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really get into it until later. So it's one of those.
Okay. Okay. But that's my list, you guys. That is my part, my second one that I'm really into. It's like I said, I gotta always go back to it. I don't know how not to. So, what is
Weird.
yours? What is your second one?
Okay, since we're going off of shows that we're going back to and reliving for and reloving, uh, mine's is the Parkers.
Okay.
Wig. I really
So
I
we
got
have the
into
Parkers.
I got back into it because I was just like, you know what? I want to get into the Parkers. I want to give it a shot, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love it. It's amazing. It's quality. Um, I do feel like, yeah, as a person who watches it and is enjoying it, very annoyed with Nikki sometimes that she does certain things, and I'm just like, girl, this is not right, nor is that fair. Especially to Kim. Like Kim be doing trying to do stuff and trying to include her in things, and it's like you go above and beyond to do Kim like you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those. It's just like I want better for her and I want better for you, but I can't. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's quality.
What you feel about her obsession with Professor
Oh,
Overview?
absolutely not. It's actually, let me say this, it's actually very much terrifying. The things that she does to that man. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yikes, this is stalking.
Yeah, this is they're kind of like sexual harassment.
It's
Even though
not
they
kind
had a
of,
lot
it
of
is.
shows that was things like that, that was cute. And I think I'm glad that we're at that point of saying no. When a person tell you no, leave them alone.
Yeah. Like, just let them be. Just
You
truly let
know,
them be because it's very, it's kind of, it's horrifying the things that she does to that man where she'll follow him, she'll go in his house. It's just like, ma'am, this is
yeah,
actually very
yeah,
scary. I feel I would, if I was him, I would be scared.
yeah. We don't do that. We don't do
No, no, no.
that.
Don't do that.
We don't do that anymore. That well, I used to do that at all, but I guess how it was supposed to be for comedy, and I'm quite sure
Yeah.
people were doing things like that.
I'm
That is
very sure nobody was doing that. I mean, well,
not
let's
breaking it to the house.
let's not say that. Let's not say that because there's probably a person who was like that. But
Okay,
I want to say this: it was scary. I would be scared if I was a professor. I would be very scared.
yeah, but especially when you tell the person no. No, you're not gonna wear me down. Oh well, I guess I'll be with you and stuff like that. No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no.
especially that when he got with her at the end, and I was just like, "Girl, what?"
I didn't even see the ending, but oh,
Oh
he
yeah,
got
they're
with
together. They got together.
girl wig.
Right. I'm just like, no, that's no.
After all that time, like no. I'm good. You would have thought that
Same.
she would have flipped the script and think, I don't want to be with you.
No,
After
she was
all that
very
chasing
much.
the person and they finally want you, you're like, oh, girl, never mind. I think it was just a chase. Clearly. No, it's really like that for certain people. Like a person do all that
Oh,
chasing you and
absolutely, it
stuff
is.
like that. I mean, you do that chasing after a person, and when they finally want you, you're like, man, I had to do all this to get you, and it's like, especially when you think about all the stuff you had to go through. Now, I'm on the flip side of the situation. I'm talking about a person that you generally care about and you're really trying to be with, and they playing games and stuff like that. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not. Her shit was talking. This
Oh,
the
absolutely.
situation I'm talking
That was.
about is that
Oh, girl.
you're trying to be with this person and show them that you care about them and they
And they want to
playing
be with back with
games.
you. And I think that was the difference. It's like he didn't want to be back with you.
You said
He
what?
didn't. The Parkers. He didn't want to be back with her. He didn't want to be with her.
Yeah.
So that's what made.
Isn't
That was where
that
I was.
funny? It switched from her being on Moesha that she was running after Hakeem, and then it flipped to the point that she on another show, on her own show, and her mom's. So it's clearly showing where she got it from, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So
Essentially,
I
sadly.
guess that's making them connect in some kind of way. Oh, okay.
Wig.
What a girl look. Gotta make it connect. Is there
It
anything
is.
else you want to add to your Parkers?
That. Let's see. What else? What else was that? It was. It's a fun show. I will say, like I said, I just don't like some of the things that Nikki did to her
Hmm.
family, to friends, all that. I didn't like that, and I hope that they fix that. But if they do a reboot, I hope that they see that that's not nice. That's
They're
not
talking
right
about
to
it,
do that.
aren't they?
Huh?
Aren't they talking about doing a reboot?
I don't hope. I hope they don't. Don't do that. Don't do a reboot.
Girl, wig. Hmm.
But
So,
that
what
was
is your favorite episode from the Parkers?
uh the one where allegedly the mama killed a clown or somebody, and so she was like, yeah, we wrote a song for him, and the song was like, "Mama killed him, Mama killed him." That was the song. It was funny. I don't. It was just funny.
Girl,
Or the
wig.
part where I can think of parts that are really funny. The part where they were going to church, and the mom was like, "Kim, sing my favorite song," and so Kim was like, "Shake your booty all night long," and she was like, "Ah!" in the church.
Girl, that one. Did you see that woman who did that? She was at the funeral and she sung Mary J. Blige, I'm Not Gonna Cry.
Girl, I
Yeah.
didn't. You have to send that
11
to me.
years. How y'all let her get to 11 years? No.
I just want no.
Girl.
I want to say this. It can't top what happened at my great grandmother's funeral on my dad's side, where one of my relatives I was like, yeah, and she was about that independent, that song, Independent. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. Can we close the casket so we can get her to the
Yeah.
burial site? She
And
don't
we
need no
was
more
just I just
disrespect.
remember we were sitting on the other side of the my grandmother's church. They have a spot where you sit, and that's for like eating. The part where they set up the food and everything, and we just heard that. And I just remember we were just like, "What?"
Okay, hold on. So was this at the funeral or was this
This
the
was at
repast?
the this was at the funeral. This was the funeral.
Girl.
It
I don't
just
go to no parties your family is throwing. Nah, y'all doing crazy stuff at a funeral.
girl,
Just
my
imagine what
grandmother's
y'all doing when people
crazy.
are alive. That is,
Okay, girl. Anyways,
girl.
what's your next pick? Pick your next pick.
I, I, I somebody get the mic. Get that mic from him. You are not gonna do that. We can do a lot of things up in here, but we're not gonna do that. What the hell does that? We,
Girl,
we're
that's what happened.
we're referencing a Webby song.
Yes. Yes.
Girl, get down from up there.
Girl, this was what happened. This was like when I was younger, so it was ages ago. This is like
I know
high
you
school.
wasn't that weapon. No, you was a teenager. That song came out in 2000 and like around 2004. No,
I
no, no,
think this was after
2005.
that. This is after that.
So it was after. So you was like 17, 16. You was in that
It
area.
was yeah.
Yes, honey. You was old enough to know to say, "Someone go grab that mic from that crazy bastard. Get off that stage. What's
Girl,
wrong with
girl.
you? Who talks like that?"
This is my family. This is my family on my dad's side.
Lord have mercy. But I'm telling you that damn nigga sung that Mary J. Blige song, and I'm like, y'all let her get to 11 years, because you know how the song goes. And baby, she
Mm-hmm.
would not have hit that chorus. I'm like, girl, if you don't get the hell out of here, you said you was gonna sing a song that was supposed to be something great for her. This song, that song that you're singing is about cheating, infidelity. We need to be singing something that's, shit.
Something that she's not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Girl,
what's your
independent. You
show?
gotta say independent women. I don't even think that's appropriate for the damn song. But I'm like, if you want to do it, I mean, go for it. You
Girl, what's your pick? What's your pick?
know. Okay. My third pick, you guys, is actually it's a show that I didn't really thought I was gonna get into. It was kind of
Mm-hmm.
something that you want to play in the background or whatever case may be, but I paid attention. So which was 911. It's on Hulu, but
Mm-hmm.
is
Comes on Fox.
it airs on Fox. It airs on Fox, and the leader is Angela Bassett, and I
Icon
care for her
Legend.
a lot. So I just started watching. I was like, okay, let me see why. I'm like, let me see her. Let me see her. No, actually, what it really was, I was on Facebook and they had a clip of her doing her boss ass shit. And again, I was like, let me watch it. So but I still was gonna play it in the background low key because I was like, okay, let me watch a little bit of it, but I'm gonna pay attention a little bit. Then it drew me in, and I've been seeing myself watching. I'm like, oh, I'm really watching. I don't like cop shows. I don't like cop shows.
Yeah, unless it's Law
Can't
and
stand
Order.
it.
We all love a
I don't
good
like
Law and
Law and
Order.
Order. I don't like
You don't like Law and Order?
and the girl no. I don't like Law and Order. I don't like really none of that. I don't know. I just don't really care for those shows. I guess because I grew up and I was forced to watch them because we had to watch that bullshit. And Law and Order was one of them. I was like, oh, why this show?
Quality. I don't know what you're talking about.
All kinds of stuff.
I
So I
just want
hate
y'all to
shows.
know that we at the TL show do not all agree with what this girl Tide Ho is saying. We don't agree with that. That is not the TO show standard. We do not believe in that. That is
Girl,
her personal
no,
opinion.
I
That's
was
her
not
personal opinion.
watching.
That's her personal
I
opinion.
didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. I just did not care for it. I didn't like Cold. I like Cold Case. Cold Case was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Was
I used to watch
after a
that
while
often.
I couldn't do it. After a while I couldn't do it because I was like, girl, I can't cry.
Yeah, because
I
it
can't
was
keep
it was
crying every episode. Every
yeah
episode she's crying.
it was a lot. It was a real lot. Um, it was I want to show they had the X Files, but I know that was like kind of like sci-fi if I'm not mistaken. So I
It
wasn't really.
was.
Yeah, I ain't really watch all those shows, you guys. So I didn't really care for cop shows. So it was interesting that I really got into it. I was like, okay. So when I seen the plot of the show when I was watching it, I was like, let me see how they're gonna turn this into something. Like, cause this feel like it's supposed to be a movie or like one series, or like one season of this. And I was like, oh, they really carrying it. So I think reason why I was watching it more, because I was trying to find out how long they was gonna go on with this shit and if it was gonna work. And it did. And I was like, oh, it really is interesting. I'm really shocked by that. So
Mm.
I don't really have any really strong favorite characters on there because everybody just like, okay. But I mean, they're cool or whatever. But I don't know. I don't have a favorite character. I know they got the guy who's supposed to be he's supposed to be the sex symbol of the show. And I'm like, he looked like a cereal that you put on the top of the refrigerator, and like I guess I'll go for it. I mean, I don't think he all that. He ain't like the Pebbles Okay.
Okay, girl.
Pebbles, you are getting off that refrigerator. Okay. You're like, hold, that might not even make it to the refrigerator. Pebbles, cereal. Come on now.
Wig.
Let's be clear.
Wig.
So I know you didn't see the show, but do you know anything of the show besides what I'm telling you?
I've seen little bits and pieces here and there because my cousin, she watches it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She loves that show. So, and some the bits and pieces I saw, I was like, it's not bad. I could see this being popular and well
Mm-hmm.
liked, but it's just, I know me, I wouldn't watch it. So, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun
It's
for
like I said,
Angela
it's not
Bassett. I
too
was
much
going to.
death, and I think that's my issue with a lot of it's a lot of death in those other cop shows, and I feel like this one it really doesn't. It's not that much,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if it was like death, and it's like, and that's one thing Cold Case was about. Cold Case was about mostly
Oh,
death.
absolutely. And it's Cold Case made you cry every episode.
Yeah, you
Or
like
try to.
girl,
That was
and
like
I
it
feel
was like either
bad.
they was like you're either going to cry or you're gonna feel like crying. There's no in between. There's no other thing
It's
you're gonna feel.
it's on that page where it's a cold case, you guys. So this person been living free after doing this shit. They've been living almost a good life because they was going to jail old. And I'm like, this is some
Exactly.
unfair shit. They should have been caught. So I'm really upset for the victim. And the victim, you got to see them, and they still the age that they are when they pass. And you like, girl, this is some bullshit. He was out here living his life. He didn't
Oh
travel the world
yeah.
almost. Ain't that a bitch?
They be like living. It was one that I saw made me cry instantly. It was about a little girl who was weird, and she was like trying to get her friend to be okay with being weird with her. She was just like, just be you. We got to be ourselves. And the girl murdered her.
Girl,
And it's just like you murdered this girl who
damn.
was your friend. It's just that's what they did. And it's just like, girl, and they you used to be like, girl, where did the onions come from? Who put onions by me? Why am I crying? What's
Girl.
happening?
I didn't want to be that person that cried at shows. I mean, on shows and movies and stuff like that, especially when you reach a certain age. But in my teenage years, I used to see grown ups cry over movies. Man, I ain't gonna be crying over no bullshit ass movie. I ain't that kind of girl. And then I started watching Brothers and Sisters, and bitch, I was crying every week. I was
Weird.
And my sister got upset about this. She kept on saying, "Oh, you always cry." And I'm like, "Girl, I guess the point is, brother sister made me feel like it was the love from a family I would want to have versus what
Yeah.
I got." And I'm like, I really want a little bit what they got, even though they was a mess after a while. I was like, after getting more into it, you like these bitches are thrown off. I think I'm kind of okay where I'm at.
I remember I told my mom and my sister at one point. I was like, oh yeah, I watched Pose. First episode, I was crying, and nothing sad happened yet, but it was just like just seeing this and being like, this is something that we don't get a chance to see all the time.
No, we don't. We
And so that's
actually
what made
don't, guys.
and that's what made me cry because it was really good to see.
I think the only series they had of a show that was mostly full of, the LGBT community was queer folks, and they really didn't have really a black person in sight.
You mean
Really.
Noah's Ark?
Oh yeah, besides Noah's Ark, but we talking about longer series, and I feel like this series will be going long. We're gonna put it in the air. This show will go on forever.
Yeah.
But Queer Folks is the one that lasts the long. I think they had like almost 6 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that one
And
and Will and Grace. Will and Grace, Queer as Folk lasted.
They lasted a very long time, and that was mostly white people. Not mostly white people, white people. And we're not saying nothing wrong with white people. We just saying we want a representation of us.
We want to see ourselves.
Us. I want to be like, girl, that can be me.
Yeah.
And talk about things, because race is a part of what is in America. We experience this. This is happening, and it still happens to this day. And we need to talk about it. I think the situation with the white shows is that they only talk about discriminating against their sexuality. We have to deal with race, and on top of that, gay being gay, and on top of that, being black, and definitely in the black community. So this is a whole double. We're with that. We're dealing
with two different things at once.
Because it's worse. Or in the black
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. But on a lighter note,
Oh, girl, yeah,
we keep
we
doing
just
it.
we just going it. Okay, so that's my show 911. It's on Hulu. It's streaming on there, but it comes on Fox if you know you want to watch it
Yeah.
on Fox.
Well, since we're talking about that, ooh, I don't actually have a show that's comparable. Um, Dang. Okay, since we're talking, there we go. Let me bring it in. Since we're talking about shows that are streaming on Hulu, I have two shows, and this is it. We'll be done, right? You have anything
Yeah.
extra?
No, because we are so far in, you guys. We
We
was trying
are.
to.
It's yeah. Just check the
We should
time.
just take two shows.
Did you check the time? Did you check the time?
Yes, I checked the time.
Okay, cool. So, all right, all right. So let's get into the two shows that I got.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tired Toe got me into both of these shows. The first one is Real Housewives of Atlanta. And now this is the thing. He's gotten me into the Real Housewives series. I don't think I ever really planned fully on watching them. I feel like I got into it. I was like, oh, it's too late. It's been some years. Why not? Why get into it now? When it started in like 2008, 2009? What was it, 2010? What's time? Let me see. Let me look it up actually. Um, I think Real Housewives of Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, started in about where is it? 2008. So
2008. That's when it
yes.
started.
So he got me into Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I was like, you know what? I was like, it's too late to get into it because by the time I watched it, it was 2020 or 2019, one of those two. 2020 or 2019. I think it was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being like, I don't know if I'm going to get into this because I came in it too late. I've already seen the memes. I've already seen the videos of certain things. I've already heard the things. I've already seen the reviews of different stuff. It's like, I'm late to the whole situation. So I was like, okay, cool. I watched first season. First season was not that interesting, but it had moments where I was like, okay, I can see what's going on. And I remember seeing the when we saw the finale, the what is it called? Where they talk to the girls afterwards. The finale, right?
Reunion.
Reunion. That's the word. My bad. I saw the reunion and I was just like, okay, this is Nene seeing that she has to prove to these girls that she is that girl. And that's what she's
Mm-hmm.
trying to do now. And that's what she's been trying to do since day one. So yeah, I got into the second season and I was like, let's just watch it. And it's been enjoyable so far. I need to keep going with it, but we'll work that out. We'll get into it.
We
How
got
do you feel
so
about
many
it?
shows we're backed up on.
We really are. We
We
really are.
really
We really are.
are.
He still hasn't seen WandaVision, y'all. Check that.
I seen the first episode.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, you did say you did. Okay. He hasn't seen all of WandaVision. Catch
No, I
that.
didn't see all of it, but I think that episode. Well, you know how I felt about it. The funny thing,
Mm-hmm.
the funny thing about Real Housewives, I really never really watched the full season besides season one because my sister bought it on DVD, so I seen
Okay.
that. So I didn't get into it later. I think when they had that fight with Phaedra and the pillow talk, the pillow thing. Then I was watching it a little bit, but I wasn't watching that much because again, my sisters were into it. So I was like, but I'll be like, you know what? Let me wait till the reunion because I'm like, reunion is when it be popping off anyway. You know, you really get the full gist of the season anyway. So that's why I used
That's
to
true.
watch on the Real Housewives
That's
of
very true.
Atlanta. I used to just watch the reunions. I used to never really watch the shows because I'd be like, I'm watching. And by the time 3 episodes, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, girl, I'm done. And I think I really didn't have no one else to really talk about it. I think when you're watching reality shows, you really want to have someone to talk about it with.
Oh yes, you have to
Because
bounce ideas with the
it
person.
really brings up the tea.
It
And this
does.
is and this is before I got into what Oh Lord introduced me to, which is the after show, which is on YouTube when people do the reviews. I was never really into them because like, I don't really want to hear their opinion. You know, what the hell? You
Yeah.
know? And I really got into it. I got into it heavy. So yeah, I just fell in love with the show. One of my favorite characters was Phaedra, but not anymore. But she was my one of my favorites. Like when I really started or whatever case may be, and really get into it heavy, and it's been great ever since. I started watching it more of full episodes was I think when me and my boyfriend got together. I think because I think they had that big explosive season or whatever case may be, and then we started watching it together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we was watching that, and then that's when I got into Potomac, and I got Oh Lord into it. I was really happy that you got
He
into it.
was
I
really
was really
campaigning for that to happen. He was
yeah,
really
I was
campaigning for
really looking. I'm like, I don't
that.
know if you're gonna like it like I do, but I'm like, this is a real good show, and I was really kind of like iffy. I'm like, I don't know, because you never watch any of the reality shows like that, like the Real Housewives. You never watch those, the franchise of them. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't know if you're really gonna be into this, but I'm like, I'm really into it. I really want to hear your perspective because I was trying to get my boyfriend into it. He would not really want to watch it. He was like, look, I'm already watching Atlanta. That's enough. And I'm still working on trying to get him into this show, but So Laura got into it, and then he started watching episodes, and I'm like, oh, he really into it. So I was really excited. I was kind of mad a little bit too. I'm like, man, I really want to see your reaction. But we talked about it. We got our favorites on there. So I'm really excited him getting into Atlanta because Atlanta was the birth of this franchise. So
Yeah.
this is everything, and I don't know. I'm really excited to hear your perspectives and stuff like that. Now I don't want to watch it fully over with him because my boyfriend went on the full marathon because they have the whole series on Hulu, and he was like, I want to watch everything. So remind you, I'm in the room and I gotta see this. you know, Unwillingly, I have to watch it because that's what he is watching and all that. And my boyfriend does a thing, you guys, where he really doesn't he don't really watch TV. Like he'll watch things, but he'll watch it on his pad or on his desktop. But he really wouldn't really watch too much on the TV. So when he does watch something on the TV, I don't mess with it because he really doesn't watch things on TV unless it's really good. He'll watch it on TV, but he doesn't. So when he does watch anything on TV, I just move away. I'm like, he can watch whatever he wants because he don't watch nothing on TV. And I'm like, I need to make sure that TV getting used. And I want him to enjoy himself because he rarely does that. It's funny thing, I never really noticed that. So I'm saying it now, but yeah, I really just let him watch it. That's the only reason why I was watching that shit.
Wig.
Trying to think about it, 'cause I'm like, why am I allowing him to watch this in front of me? Because I really don't want to see this.
Wig.
But I love the series. I know you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna see where the birthplace of the Housewives started from, and it's really really good. I can't wait till you get to when Phaedra comes on scene and Portia and
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
entertaining so far. What I've been watching so far with it, I'm like, yeah, this is.
The
I see
fashions is
why the
the
girls.
best.
The fashions are really good. This is like, yeah,
No, I said the fashions are a mess. Some fashions already is a
it's
mess.
choices. We all make choices. Listen, this is why.
But I think which fashion she don't look good. Cynthia is the best dress.
Okay.
Cynthia is the best dress.
Well, I heard they're really good at some for dressing. I've heard
Yes.
they're really good at it. Everybody talks about how bad Potomac is, and Potomac has moments. They do have some moments where they're not bad. Some of them aren't good though. I can definitely agree with that.
Oh, we know who that is.
Yeah.
Baby, let me tell you something, baby. Hold on. Now Karen been on point. Karen, she struggled a little bit in the
Yeah, she
beginning.
was
Karen
struggling. She was struggling. I think
she got
what really changed her was when her hair came off. That's what really changed her. When that shit came off, she was like, you know what?
she was
I
a
gotta make better
different woman.
choices. She was like, I gotta make better choices.
Because let me say, her reads was always there. You could say anything about Karen, but the reads was always on point. We'll give it that.
They were.
Ashley is a
But
great dress. Ashley dressed very well.
yeah. She's
Monique,
fun though.
Monique is just girl.
Yeah.
She just that.
I don't like what she did. Attacking Candace was wrong because Candace didn't actually do anything to you. And what she's been saying is that it wasn't Candace that she was mad at, it was somebody else. So it's like, I don't like that, but I do like Monique, and I hope she comes back and is better and improves herself. That's
We
all I have.
agree. We like I said, I understand about the tacking part, but I think at the end of the day, you don't put your hand in my face. I think that's the point. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people can receive energy even though it's not wanted, but if you provoke
Yeah,
a person, regardless of the point of what you may get, even though you may not deserve as much as she gave you, you gotta understand that you don't know what a person going through. That's like when
that's
you tell
true.
you've been told to leave people alone or whatever case may be. I never go in the situation and try to provoke people. I do customer service all the time. I don't really go out my way to upset a person. Well, that's not my job description, but I feel like just in general, people do that, regardless of on other ends. They got people that are at work and they're miserable and they be treating people any kind of way. And they be, they be upsetting the person, and then when the person go off on them, they're like, "Well, man, I just saying what you want, or whatever the case may be.
Right, right, right,
You
right,
want to
right.
kill me." So you gotta understand that you don't know what kind of headspace a person is in because
I
we are
mean, that's
human who
true.
go through things. And like I said, she might not have deserved that ass whooping, but she did some shit. She You don't put your hand in my face. I tell you once, that's enough.
Yeah, I can agree
We
with
in an
that.
argument. When
I
we're in
can
a
agree with
heated
that.
argument, and I tell you that, 'cause that's the first thing. That's 101 when you are arguing with someone. Once someone hand goes up in the person's face, that's when person always is. Every fight you see is that don't put your hand in my face. Oh,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I can agree with that.
That's
No, I can agree with that, but we
that's
don't
the
have a
melting
lot of time to
cereal.
go into it. We don't have a lot of time to go into it.
Okay. Oh yeah,
I'm
we
I'm
get
trying to
so
be
crazy.
time
We
I'm
are
trying to
crazy
be
about
time
our tone.
sensitive with this because I know this is yeah.
We are crazy about our atomic. We are very
Yeah, we
sensitive
are. I know, but I
about
do agree with what you're saying. You're not wrong, but I do. It's a
Oh, I
lot to
thought
that.
we
Well,
agree.
let's
We're agreeing with
here's
each
what
other,
we'll do.
guys.
We'll talk about it afterwards. We
Yeah,
do
we
agree
agree
though.
with each other.
Don't
We
worry about
really
that.
agree with each other. We already went through this several times.
Yeah,
We agree
no,
with
yeah,
each other. We just more spicy on the other end on,
yeah,
but we agree on each other on the same thing. Okay, so
good.
I guess that's our list. Or you got one more
I
thing
have
that?
my last one, which was College Hill. Now, I similar situation with College Hill, and to be honest with you, when I got to the
Oh,
chance of wanting to watch it, you could not find it anywhere. You could not find College Hill anywhere. I
mm,
think you had to buy it. And let me just say this: if I
no.
never watched the show, I wasn't gonna buy it.
No. I think the
No.
only way we would have probably got it was just on BET Plus. No one want to buy that. I don't. That's sad. I really don't want to buy it.
I've heard things of it. Like I heard it's not bad, but it's just catch me when y'all put some gay people in it. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Because they actually, I think they did it for Black History Month, if I'm not mistaken. They put it on for Black History Month, so that's how we got it. And I think I started watching it before I even asked you, let's watch this. I was like, I really want to, because I asked you, did you watch it? You was like, oh, let's watch the island one. I'm like, I don't want to watch the island one.
I heard that one was well. I've only heard about the fight, and I heard it was a mess. That one. That's why I went to watch it. But
Yeah,
it's
I like
let's
it.
just say this. Let's say this. It's real spicy on this one. It's real good. It's very interesting to go back to this time period because I was just like, girl, we was wearing some loud and extra colors together, and we was just like, that's
Mhm.
it.
That's the look.
Lime
And that's
green and a good neon hot pink. That was it
Dorian
together.
was fine. I don't think Dorian really wore anything that was like, oh, okay, I can
Yeah, he
see
was,
myself
but
now
the guys
watching.
didn't really wear a lot of extra stuff. Their stuff was just baggy, except
Girl.
Dorian's. Dorian's wasn't. He didn't wear a lot of baggy stuff. He was fitted.
Yeah, because that shit was just ridiculous. I hope we
Oh,
still not in
girl.
that day and age. You can tell the older people, they still be wearing that. Now the younger people,
They
they probably
do.
got
Oh, they
something.
love that stuff still.
They is not letting it go. How you
At
feel
all.
about older people sagging? I'm like, I don't know. If your ass starting to sag, I think you need to pull it up.
I would stop that today. Cause it's not I would just leave that be.
I don't know why older people be sagging. That
Well, the
is so.
thing is, it's because they think that that's masculine. They see that as masculine.
And I'm just so curious why they do it. I'm like, y'all don't want no one looking at y'all ass, but y'all showing off y'all ass.
And it'd be big. Holler at Drewski.
I don't know. See, if we say that, then a woman can be wearing her bra, her bosom out. They're like, well, you don't want to look at your breasts, but you got your breasts out.
I think, yeah, I could see that.
That's on
Yeah,
the same
but I'm
level,
just
girl.
saying. Listen, Drewski's was big. Let's just be honest.
And they got a lot of women that got big breasts, but they don't want you probably looking at it or whatever case may be. So it's like a comment. Well, I guess, girl, damn, that's gonna be a whole nother. You know what? We'll have to have a series about double standards, and we
Yeah,
need to know, how to break them, and really get into it. I think we should do that. It's a real interesting concept. Yeah, we're gonna need to do that because I'm really looking like I don't feel like no intention not to still look. I mean, I'm not gonna let him know I'm looking, but I'm gonna look.
I think it's a difference between looking and being that person
Staring,
that's just like gross about it,
looking and staring is different.
and
Okay,
following and following.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a difference.
because I be looking at guys' ass all the time. I be like, Lord, is like it's like mm, mm, mm,
You know,
mm. And sometimes I was looking
stimulus,
at
girl.
like, Lord, once you ain't got nothing, I'm gonna stop looking. Oh, girl, never mind.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
what.
like at
So
work,
it's
I
just
don't
like
have no
one of
eye
those.
candy at all at work. Nobody is banking. Besides, they had this one Asian guy. When I tell you, his ass was humongous, girl. I was
Wig.
calling him delicious from Flavor of Love. That ass was out there. And he was one of those short guys. And them short people, they be having some asses sometimes. They be having some
I do.
ass. Okay. And he had them big thighs on. I was like, ooh, Lord.
Girl,
Mm.
wig.
But somebody got fired because they was playing with him. Because, he was gay and he seen he got a big and he was playing with him and he got fired.
Girl, wig.
I was like, oh,
But
okay.
back to this. What you think about it? What you think about College Hill so far?
Oh, I this season I'm watching. I already watched it before. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that again that was accepted then, you know, in
Yeah,
society, I was okay or whatever case may be of him asking if Doran is gay and
and
stuff
it
like
was the
that.
way he acts that was kind of just like, girl, this is
Yeah, and I'm
calm
trying to find out why
down.
all them need to be in the room for them. I'm like, that's none of my business. I can care less or
It was the
whatever.
point that it's about the pressure. That's the point. It's to make him feel uncomfortable.
I
It's a
see that.
lot, girl. But let's just say the show was good. It's good. It's quality. It's a mess, and it's like a early 2000. What was that? Like 2008, 2009? I think it was 2008 when that came out.
Yeah, it came out in 2008. Yeah, I remember I was
It
18. I
was
think
that was a time.
I wasn't
It's
18
interesting.
yet. I was 17. I was in
I was. It was a good 5.
Girl, is that what you want to run with?
I
Hey, how
sure
you
do.
doing?
Who gonna check me about it?
I will once I get your birth certificate.
Guess what you want.
Oh, girl. Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
yeah, it's an interesting show so far. I can't wait to finish it to see what's going on. I don't care for Drew. We all know that.
Who
But
you
you know
know?
what? The bank is just it's a wagon. You know?
It is a wagon. And he's a cancer, and I was really upset about that. I was like, please don't be a cancer. And I looked, like, damn. Well, I already figured he was a cancer because he had 6'9" on him, and 6'9" is our symbol or whatever case may be. But sometimes people will have it just because the meaning behind 6'9". No, the meaning
Uh-huh.
behind 6'9". So I was like, man, I hope he ain't a cancer. And lo
Wait,
and
6'9"? I
behold,
thought that was the Pisces symbol. What's the Pisces?
no,
No,
6'9"
it's
is
not.
us.
Yeah, that is yeah.
6'9" is the cancer. Hmm.
Okay,
And
boo.
we enjoy, honey. That's how we do. We just give love and we want love back. That's
Drew
us.
wasn't giving love though.
No, he wasn't. He was dealing with Ashley L. Ashley is a Sag, and I know Cancer and Sag, it can either go good or it can go bad. And once it go bad, let me just say it is.
Oh, Ashley wasn't here for him. I think once he said, "Yeah, maybe I was bored," that was enough for her.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
guys, this has been our reviews.
Because if we keep going, we ain't gonna stop. Okay.
Oh, we're not. And look at the time.
Yes. Okay. This is Todd Ho here.
And this is, oh Lord. Sorry, you guys. I know we're working, but girl, we're working on limited time. We're trying to not be too long. We really tried, but look at the time. We failed.
We're just tied for it. That's what we do.
We are.
We're
We're
girls.
just trying. But this was, oh Lord.
And Todd Ho.
And we're just some tired heifers on the TF
Yeah, we
show.
are tired, girl.
Tired
Come
television
on.
watching heifers.
I can't love. Why we be flicking hair that we don't have? What the fuck is that all about?
It's dramatic. I do that all the time. Or I do the one where I'm just like, when you move your bang back, like, what?
I know I was at work. People was like, "You be moving like you got hair." I'm like, "Girl, what? What? They have me joking. What? You really think you got some hair?" I'm like, "Girl, I don't know. Do I?"
Girl.
Never know. It's just the look. It's just the attitude.
Weird.
It's that alter ego that you just push out when you about to put up some bullshit. You're like, girl, and what? And what?
All
What's
right,
that grab that hand and closing it? The what?
All right, you guys.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.